One of the most common things we get asked for is to come and look at a piece of land for a potential client of ours, and just come and give your assessment. I was told by my realtor, I was told by someone, whoever that was, that I need a builder to come and look at my lot. Well, we're building here in the mountains. That's a great idea. So today, let's talk about what we actually, as a builder, are looking at a raw piece of land here in Western North Carolina. So we're here on one of the sites of one of our owners that we're in the design phase with. Really what I'm going to do is kind of give you an idea of the 4 or 5 things I'm looking for when I come on site to look at a potential lot. So from this one, you can see from the road and from the cul-de-sac, we've got a good, let's call it, I'm 6 foot tall, about 6 feet from the road down to here. As we look behind me, property still grades at about a 20% slope, and then it gets down to about a 40-some slope. So number one thing we want to look for, what's going to be the cost of clearing and grading. As you can see, there's a lot of trees here. There is old growth in here along with the slope to pull them out. Second thing we're going to have to be looking at is handling water. There's going to be runoff from the road. As you can see, there's a curb here. There's a drain box over there. But at some point, we're also going to have to figure out how we're going to handle from this point down to where the house will be behind me. So we've got about a 30-foot setback here to the road. So we need to, how are we going to manage water? Is it manageable, and at what cost would that be? Third thing we're kind of looking at is the slope in general. What type of foundation? So we're going to be asking questions to you is, what size of house are you looking for? Are you wanting that on one level? Or are you good with just that? This one definitely is going to require a basement. We'll get in that in a second. Are you multi-layers up? Kind of footprint, garage situation. We need to figure out that. Would it actually fit the house that you're looking to build? A lot of times what we recommend is get the piece of land, and the land will tell us what to build. That's for another video. We have one about how the land actually dictates what you can build. And if it isn't what you're wanting to build, it definitely isn't the right lot to get. But I've seen a lot of people try to force a house plan on a piece of property, something like this. A lot of times the cost can go out of the way. It just doesn't work. So that's one of the unique things that we have here as well. Other things that we're going to think about is, I've talked about clearing, I've talked about topography, talked about water and type of foundation. Do we have a basement? Is it a crawl space, or is it what we call a sub-basement? That's a basement with another level behind that. Most of our homes that are basement are 12-foot foundation walls. So that gives you a lot of height in the basement. Doesn't feel like the old and crummy basements you might think about. But on this particular one, we're going to have another 6 feet. So we've got a total of 18 feet of a wall there. There's costs there that'll be in your square footage that has nothing to do with heated square footage in the house you build. The next thing you got to think about is the decks are potentially going to be farther off. This particular lot has a view of the French Broad River. Now all of a sudden I'm talking about decks that are 26 feet tall columns. You might want to also think, is that the kind of lifestyle you want? Do you feel comfortable being that high off the ground and having 40 to 60 feet fall off the back of your house? How do you want to use the property? That's the final thing we want to talk about. Some people just like having the house, the view's the thing. Some people want to have gardens and have, space to roam around and connect with the earth. This particular lot, we're going to have to do a lot of work to do that. There's a lot of grading and working with the landscape architect. So the last thing, budget. We always say here at Red Tree that the cost of your land is not what you just pay for it, but also what it's going to cost you to prep it. One of our recommendations sometimes is there a lot next door that might be another $50,000, $100,000 more dollars, but at the time you're done finishing and building your house, that more expensive purchase lot actually would be cheaper to build on, and at the end of the day, you've got a better lot for less money than one that might be more steep. That's the things we're looking for as we're coming out as a builder. There's probably some other little nuances we're looking at just specific to you and what your needs are. That's the big budget thing. So when you're out looking at land and you're thinking, how are they going to build on that? Call a builder, get us to come and look at it, kind of talking techniques about how it would be, type of foundation, the width of the house, the amount of depth the house can have. All these things are factors in what can be built or should be built what possibly even could be built on the lot that you're looking at. Thanks for following us on Red Tree Builders here on our YouTube channel. We never asked you to subscribe and to like, but on this one, I'd like for you to do that.